What's up, everybody? How are things going in your neck of the woods? I felt compelled this morning to do a quick little video on 3 or 4, maybe, I don't know, a couple different ways for you to think about putting in a garden. If you're thinking about putting in a garden, there's lots of choices. We've got a couple different methods, in practice here, and I wanted to show them to you and give you some advice on which ones I like and why I like them and what's different about each system. So that's what's coming up next. All right, we're going to call this method number 2, which is what's happening behind me there, and the sun's going to get at us, but I'll turn around the camera and just go look at all of this for us. But method number 2 is a very, very common method that a lot of people employ. It is phenomenal. I'm absolutely in love with it right now. It's going awesome, and that is raised bed gardens. Let's go take a look. Okay, so one of the beautiful things about a raised bed garden area is that you can use it where soil is potentially marginal. And marginality can be defined by a couple of different things. In this space, for me, marginal was that it was completely full of weeds, and I mean completely. There was just bad bindweed everywhere. Around here we call it morning glory. It was just almost insurmountable, and so we covered it all with this good weed fabric and built the boxes on top of it. So all of these boxes have a weed barrier running completely underneath them, which means the only soil is the soil that is in the box itself. So I've had to be kind of careful about what plants I plant in these shallower beds up front. But as you can see, this is a strawberry bed, but while the new strawberries are trying to get established, we filled it with some salad greens and some beetroot and some other things until the strawberries take over. This bed is just full of salads. We've gotten multiple pickings off of this already, more than we can handle. Cabbage and cilantro growing like crazy, an entire bed of onions, sweet onions in the back, and just standard white onions in the front, more beetroot, and we're waiting on corn to sprout up here. It's been very pleasant to be in this space and work in all of these new beds. Okay, over on this side we've got a bed that we just recently finished filling, so that's ready to be planted. This space still needs to be planted. Some tomatoes and cucumbers growing back there. Even more tomatoes over here. I've got a trellis system planned out in my brain that I need to get going because these tomatoes are absolutely taking off. Peppers and eggplants here up front with a couple different herbs, and then we've got some zucchini growing over here surrounded by the marigolds in front of what is supposed to be the asparagus bed, but I'm not sure that asparagus survived. Okay, so there's method number 2. I'll put in some other videos with maybe a voiceover of kind of how we put those beds together, or maybe I'll just make a second video on the building of those beds. I've got some footage from when we did that. But it worked out well. Like I'm actually insanely pleased with the results of all of that.